But when you eat a carbohydrate, it breaks down into sugar. So proteins, fats, and sugar, and those three main food groups have a different effect on your body as far as hormones go. Specifically, the hormone that I teach my clients how to control, and the way that I make the most amazing changes. This is Dr. C.J. Benkert with Pura Vida Wellness, and today I'm going to talk about calories. Because what are we told we need to do to lose weight? We're told to eat less calories. I'm going to cover 3 main points of why you don't want to look at calories when you're looking at being your best, losing weight, being healthy inside. So I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 different foods right here. So I want to know, I want your answer. What is the difference between a bag of broccoli, 1.75 pounds of broccoli, 16 teaspoons, and this is what a geek I am, this is what a health nut I am. I don't even have regular sugar in my house, so I can only show you the comparison using organic brown coconut sugar. But a bag of broccoli, 16 teaspoons of brown coconut sugar, 5 tablespoons of organic ghee, and 4 ounces of a grass-fed New York steak. What do those 4 things have in common? What does 1.78 pounds of broccoli, 16 teaspoons of organic brown coconut sugar, 5 tablespoons of organic ghee, and 4 ounces of steak have in common? Anybody know? What they have in common is these 4 foods are all equal to about 250 calories. But all calories are not created equal. So what would be the difference between 16 teaspoons of sugar at 250 calories versus 5 tablespoons of ghee at 250 calories? What will be the difference in your body? So it's not about calories, and that's why I said all calories are not created equal. What you really want to learn about and what you really want to control, and this is the secret. You guys ready for the secret of health and weight loss? It's not calories. It's hormones. So it's not about calories. It's about hormones. It's about whether or not the food you're eating is triggering the release of insulin. Because when you trigger the release of insulin by eating sugar and carbs like cake, donuts, fruit, yams. Now, granted, some of those carbs are better than others, but when you eat sugar or carbs, so carbohydrates break down into sugar. So there's 3 main macro or large food groups, right? Protein, fat, and carbohydrates. So carbohydrates are either simple sugars, fruit, yams, strings of sugar connected together. But when you eat a carbohydrate, it breaks down into sugar. So proteins, fats, and sugar, and those 3 main food groups have a different effect on your body as far as hormones go. Specifically, the hormone that I teach my clients how to control, and the way that I make the most amazing changes with people, is insulin. And that's why the book that I wrote even though it's not just for diabetics, is called the diabetic weight loss solution, because if you're not a diabetic now, it is the fastest growing disease in all age groups across the board, specifically, especially in the United States, but worldwide. The fastest growing disease in the United States at all age groups. So we used to have to call it adult onset diabetes, type 2 diabetes. We can't even call it adult onset diabetes anymore because our children are getting diabetes. And why? Because we're releasing too much insulin, because we're eating mostly sugar and carbohydrates. So out of those three main food groups, protein, right, this beautiful, amazing, grass-fed New York steak, or fat, which is this is an organic ghee, or sugar, which one releases insulin? Or let's just say this, which one doesn't release insulin at all? You know what doesn't release insulin at all? Is fats, healthy fats. Negligible change in insulin. Protein in excess will create a little bit of rise of insulin, a little bit of rise of blood sugar, right? Because insulin is released from the pancreas to go in when you eat sugar and carbs primarily and break those down into sugars, and insulin's released to put that sugar, that glucose, into the cell for energy, right? Let's see. So protein does release a little bit of insulin. Fat releases nothing. And what releases the most amount of insulin? Sugar, candy, oatmeal, carbohydrates, yams, donuts. Now, is there a difference between a yam and a donut? Of course. Because a yam, although it's carbohydrates, it has fiber, which slows down the absorption of glucose. There's minerals in there, which help you to break down the sugars and absorb them into the body properly. But a donut is just straight processed sugar. There's no minerals in it. There's no nutrients in it. There's no fiber in it. When you eat processed sugar like a donut versus a yam, when you eat the donut, you're actually leaching minerals and B vitamins, nutrients from the body just to break it down. Whereas when you eat a yam, yes, you're going to have a raise in insulin, a raise in glucose, but nothing like a donut. Okay, so all calories are not created equal. The name of the game is controlling hormones, specifically insulin, because when you release insulin, what does insulin do in the body? Insulin is the top fat storage hormone, the top aging hormone, and the top inflammatory hormone. So if we want to work on eating healthy, losing weight, we don't want to look at 250 calories or how many calories we're eating. We want to look at the quality of the food. We want to look at what hormones are we releasing based on this food. Because I can eat 250 calories of healthy fats, like a nut butter, or some coconut oil in my coffee, or some olive oil in my salad, and I'm going to have no release of insulin whatsoever, almost no chance of that food being stored as fat, versus eating sugar or oatmeal or carbs or yogurt or things that break down into sugar. Now 250 calories of that is going to release insulin, and I'm going to store fat. So calories are not created equal, and what you have to really be thinking about is, what food am I eating right now, and how is this affecting my insulin levels and in turn my glucose levels? So it's all about controlling blood sugar, right? And teaching your body how to burn fat for fuel, because you are either a sugar burner or a fat burner. When you're eating sugar and carbs, you are releasing insulin, and you're primarily a sugar burner, which stores fat. When you're eating healthy fats and you're eating healthy grass-fed steaks and broccoli, which is a carb, but there's so much fiber in it. Now you're not releasing insulin and you're keeping your carbs and sugar low so that you can start to, over time, and this is what I do best, I teach my clients how to get really good at burning fat for fuel instead of sugar. So calories are not created equal. Stop counting calories and start looking at the quality of your food instead and asking yourself the question, what hormone is being released when I eat this food? Am I favoring sugar burning right now, which releases insulin, stores fat, creates aging, ends up being diabetes or insulin resistance or cancer or heart disease? Or am I favoring fat burning, which is going to support the other hormone, which is called glucagon, which is anti-aging, anti-inflammatory, burns fat for fuel instead of sugar. So it's all about the hormones, fat burning versus sugar burning. All calories are not created equal. I hope this helps. Please start looking at the quality of your food, not the amount of calories. Calories don't matter. This is Dr. C.J. Benkert with Pura Vida Wellness, inspiring you, teaching you, motivating you, and educating you to live your most amazing, purest life in body, mind, heart, and spirit. Peace out.